Okay, hello and welcome to the New Moon Cycle 3 stream. So before we start, I'm going to start by explaining what is the tournament and how to join. Okay, so New Moon is a weekly tournament, a weekly round-robin tournament that takes place throughout the week instead of at a specific time. So through that, it allows players to play each other at the time that best suits them and their opponent. So one important feature about this tournament is that after the sign-ups end, the setups are public to all participants. So through that, you can see what everyone else is playing and help plan your turn and plays using that. So if you wish to join, the sign-ups are still open for next week's tournament. If you wish to join, the information is on screen, and you can join Discord and do !New Moon to get the sign-up sheet and all the info about joining. Okay, so today on commentary is going to be Buster, Cannon and Symes.
You.
Hi.
Okay, so let's head right into the first matchup.
So our first match, we have looks like we have playerzero going up against Shadow. And the first thing I noticed is that they actually seem to have fairly similar builds. They're both using the humor glitch with G code folders.
Yeah, G is a super strong code. You've got pretty much anything you could really ask for. Like as a regular player, you've got uninstall, you've got static, which is by itself is a super good combination. I know they're both running bubble stars. Actually, Shadow's got 3 statics, so he's really trying to do some damage here. And like you said, with the humor glitch, they can easily just start stacking that depending on what they get. And both got the basic, the basic navies you want: Erase Man, Judgment, Element Man. I noticed playerzero running Roll 3, whereas Shadow's got Proto Man SP and the Blast Man SP as well. So Shadow's got the Mega +1 going for him.
Yeah, it's always nice to see a folder pack being used. I think it's actually kind of a underrated part, giving you that custom plus and mega folder plus.
Yeah, folder pack 1 is actually pretty good value for the size. Like folder pack 2, not as much, but 1 is definitely something you can like fit into your folder or fit into your customizer and still get like pretty good value out of it. We also noticed that playerzero has literally filled every single spot on his customizer, so he's leaving nothing on the table here.
Yeah, and he's also got that anti-magic, whereas Shadow has shield.
I honestly okay, so anti-damage, it's not the best NCP, especially online, but I think potential-wise, there's so much that you can potentially do with it. It's kind of, I think it's good to experiment with.
I think the main thing with anti-damage over shield is that with shield you can obviously see when the opponent's using it, but with anti-damage you have no idea. You just have to guess when they have it up and when it's safe to attack them. So that's a lot more mind.
You don't know if they're not moving, if they're not moving just to not move, or if they're just like buffering anti-damage. And for those who don't know, also, unlike the anti-damage chip, the anti-damage NCP part can block literally everything. So cursor chips, like if someone pulls Magnum and you have anti-damage NCP up and you do it the right time, it'll still work. So it's very hard to get rid of by itself. You have to uninstall them otherwise.
Yeah, exactly. And a shield is also pierced by breaking attacks, whereas anti-magic, as you said, it can block everything.
Yeah, so it'll be pretty interesting to see how this kind of rolls out. I noticed that playerzero's also got the double point. Let me see. Okay, no, he's not going for the banish with this one. Oh, Shadow has banished, but playerzero's using double point. I'm trying to see what he might want to set up with that, but I don't see any. Well, no, he can do static. So, oh, he's got Risky Honey too. So let's see.
Yeah, the main things would be the static, risky honey, and also roll, because that will increase the damage of roll, but also increase the heal, especially if with a ×2 from the humor. Roll will actually do like 500 damage and heal you like 500 HP, so pretty crazy.
He's also got the attack plus 32, so that, I mean, really, if he pumps all that into roll, like that's a pretty fat healing chip along with everything else. And when you're running anti-damage, you're not going to have as much HP as if you weren't in most cases, so this gives him some extra insurance too. And he might need that because, I mean, Shadow's running uninstall as well, so if that defense option goes down, he needs something to fall back on.
Yeah, so this match could definitely go either way, so let's get right into it.
For sure. Okay, so he's got double point regged, so... So he wants to go for that static damage right away, and Bubble Star's a good way to get that.
Ooh, and he gets confused. That's not as bad as blind, but he would have wanted the invis or invincibility.
Oh, fast gauge. Oh, it's got movement glitch too.
And Shadow already got a uninstall with that Bubble Star, so playerzero's already lost his anti-magic.
Yeah, defensively he's not looking too good, but he's got his own uninstall he can go into as well. You're usually getting uninstalled so early, especially if either one of them isn't running hub batch, like it really shoots you in the foot.
Oh, he manages to block the ground band.
That's a really tricky... Oh, he blew his bubble wrap off. That's a really tricky situation when you've got the movement glitch, but you're also running bubble, because you can't put it in the middle and get more or less a close to guaranteed hit, but with this you've really got to watch your positioning.
Yeah, warp step is always very interesting. It's definitely a double-edged sword.
Ooh, okay. Uninstall bees. Oh, that's not... Yeah. Well, even without the wind rack, just Tengu can blow that right off. He's got to get rid of this aura first, and Shadow's in... I mean, as of right now, Shadow's in a more advantageous position. He's got a life lead, he's got his defense up.
He's also he's also in a full synchro right now, so if he mashes, he'll get a ×2.
Interesting that he took off his Tengu. Well, he didn't blow the aura off fast. Oh, he's got the full cust. Yeah, playerzero's burning through a lot of his resources here, so interesting to see how he can swing this back.
Yeah, and that ×2 Proto Man from Shadow did 580 damage, so that widens the gap in their HP even more.
See, unless he cross cancels, he can get some good damage off of this charged Wood Dragon and kind of start to swing it back. Ooh. He's got the paralysis, but he can't capitalize in that position.
Yeah, he can step back and use the fanfare to center himself. The other issue with going into a cross like this is he no longer has access to the ×2 damage from the humor bug.
Right, and he really loses a lot of damage he could get with that. So now it's a matter of him finding a way to attack from this position. Judgment will give him his area back, but I mean, as long as he stands there. Okay, he lands in a race, man. Okay, so he wants to double point Bs, but he might... I don't know, a double point roll might be a good move too if he just wants to get some ground back in terms of his own health.
Yeah, but the double point Bs with the Tomahawk cross charge will do a lot of damage.
Ah, that is true.
Except now Shadow can stand on his holy panels.
Oh, he stepped off.
Back.
Yeah, I think he's debating on should I kill him now or should I, go for a defensive turn.
It looks like Shadow doesn't have an undershirt, so if he keeps the ground man from the last turn, that would actually be the game if he manages to land it.
Yeah, he can either do that, he can hold the median knuckle and use that as a TFC kill. He's got options, but it's not the best spot to be in. Ooh, that's gonna break Holy Aura too. Oh, I think he meant grass. Ooh.
Oh. Yeah, if he had got the grass to clear those holy panels, I think that would have killed him. We'll see if missing that element man comes back to cost Shadow.
He goes for the beast out. Ooh, Oh, that's a critical miss. Alright, player0 takes the first game.
Yeah, missing that element man ended up really costing Shadow there.
Yeah, depending on the quality of their connection, it's not always the easiest to hit those the way you want to.
Oh, and player0 gets the blind this game. But he still manages to land a...
Oh, he's right, anti-damage in. Also worth noting that the NCP only does 50 damage, whereas the chip does 100. Oh, that's smart, using the shuriken to get his position down. Ooh, and gets the uninstall. This is actually really good positioning for player0. Even though he can't see his opponent, he's able to capitalize off of what he has here.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about chips like Bubble Star and Machine Gun. You can still land them even if you have a blind status. And then he gets
Oh, he's using the lava panels to shoot shuriken out of it. Just timing it with it. That's really something you don't really talk about too much either with anti-damage. You can really take advantage of places where you might get hit and use that to churn damage out on your own. He can just camp the front row now because he can time it with lava panels.
Yeah,
I'm sure why he wasted his meteor knuckle. Well, okay, if he crosses, he does lose access to anti-damage. Oh, I see, humor glitch. That's what he's going for.
Yeah, but he's just gonna have to. Whoa!
Whoa! What was that?
Yeah, I'm not really sure what... Oh, he just manages to blow it off.
Ooh. Okay.
They're both gonna get an anger from this, but then because of the humor glitch, they'll both lose it.
Well, if he can double point humor this roll, that'll really widen the gap between their health. Ooh, gonna hurt. Straight 640 right there.
Oh, he gets it.
Wow,
Oh,
that was enough to kill. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. That's enough damage to... Huh. So that's, yeah, 2-0, player 0 over Shadow.
Yeah, it was definitely both rounds were pretty close. It was pretty interesting seeing the two humor folders go head to head.
We also don't get to see anti-damage played that much either, so it's cool to see examples of spots where it was really used in an ingenious manner. I mean, using it to counter the volcano panels and churn out damage, and also the shuriken helps point their location out too, so definitely good play on both sides.
Yeah, it was just a couple of small mistakes ended up costing Shadow, and player 0 capitalized on them. But a good game to both players. So now for the next match, we have HonorNite against Daredevil Comet.
Let's see, you've got HonorNite running E, and you've got Daredevil running K. You don't see E used too much, and it's not a bad code at all, but...
Yeah, I've seen it used more with a Falzar, but HonorNite's trying it with a Gregor here and with the Bug Riser sword. And Daredevil Comet's going for a Sensor Slide combos.
Yeah, Sensor Slide, it's interesting because if you hit it, it's one of those things that you can definitely wipe your opponent out right there, but it requires a lot of setup too. I also don't see Daredevil with a way to really uninstall, so if he's got certain movement options already there... Actually, no, HonorNite's not running air shoes, so... Huh. Could be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, the sensor paralyzes anyways, so I don't know if you need to uninstall for it. The bigger issue would be Tomahawk Cross, but since HonorNite is Gregor, you won't have to worry about that anyways.
True. I was thinking if someone had float shoes, for example, but he doesn't have any shoes regardless, so...
Oh yeah, I guess float shoes would have stopped him from sliding on the conveyor panels, but you don't see float shoes too often.
Yeah, not by itself anyway. I notice HonorNite's running Elect Pulse. Actually, he's got Elect Pulse and Elect Sword with Mott Gun. I'm thinking Machine Sword, but he's got okay. Actually, Elect Sword you don't see too often either.
Yeah, you don't see the elemental swords used too often, but I think all four of them actually have some potential.
I think they're all really good because in their own way they check a lot of things at once. Like say you're fighting a Falter player, you've got Fire Sword. Well, now you've got one chip that can check either Tengu or T-Hawk, and that's good, just to have on hand if you need to knock one of those out, especially with a good non-time freeze option.
Yeah, and Aqua Sword on ice panels could you could use that to set up freezes and stuff. So I think they do all have a situational value. Yeah, and a Daredevil Comet also has 2 Reflector 3s, which you don't see very often, but that could be used to counter something like a Beast Out Elect Pulse, so we'll see if that comes into play.
Also noted that Daredevil Comet's not running a single Giga chip either.
Oh yeah, I just noticed that. I don't think he's gone without Giga chips before, so... Yeah, but let's see what happens here. Who can get their combos off?
That's...
Looks like this will be from HonorNite's perspective.
Alright, so he's already got his T-Cross selected.
When we seem to be on the Guardian field, we'll see if that comes into play.
Those are always fun. They both got first barriers, so they could really knock the Guardians out if they wanted to.
Oh, yeah, so it looks like Daredevil Comet is dust digging to try and get his sensor combos, whereas HonorNite is keeping his chips from the first turn.
I think, yeah, HonorNite's approach is going to be a lot more straightforward in this matchup. It's going to be a challenge for Daredevil Comet to really see if he can get his win condition off in the first place. It's not the easiest thing to set up, especially when your opponent has the right defensive options.
Yeah, the one other thing I'm noticing with HonorNite is he doesn't have attack max. But I think even at attack 1, the Gregor crosses can still destroy the sensor pretty easily.
Yeah, it's interesting you bring that up because in pretty much every other case, Gregor wants to run attack max. But if you're running Bug Rise Sword, then you don't really benefit as much from that. So.
Oh, and he TFCs the barrier with a Race Man. That's good for him.
It's got the barrier 200. It's a pretty good use case for a win rack. Notice neither one of them is either going for the Guardian either. They're just kind of playing around it at the moment.
Yeah, Daredevil Comet also doesn't have a life aura, so he doesn't need to hold on to his Winter X for that. He can just use them all here to deal with the barrier 200.
Okay, he gets that Judgment done. What's this going to lead to? Ooh. It's going for the combo. He's got the positioning he wants that. He's got Bug Rise Sword drawn. I mean, really, he could just area grab and pop it here and just start slashing him with it. Also, getting hit by a wind rack at that range too is, I mean, it knocks your charge shot out. It definitely a good option. You've got somebody roll locked.
Yeah, and without air shoes, he can stand in front of that hole, and he can't be pushed back out of the area by like a grab banish or anything.
Yeah, so that really works into his favor. Whereas in most cases, you would want to have shoes for something.
Oh, ground cross, interesting.
Ooh, and Viz is not well. Oh, okay.
He dodged the
he
flash
dodged
bomb
it.
with the wow.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, I wonder if he meant to do that. That was
Yeah, that was a very high IQ moment. I guess now they're a race, man, but the Life Orb is going to prevent any kind of follow-up from this. Oh!
Oh, but he didn't...
He doesn't have any way to... Yeah, without the sliding part of it, he can't really do it so much.
Yeah, if only he had a going road that turn, that could have been a lot of damage with the sensor. That might have even been able to kill him.
Yeah, I think that would have killed. Ooh, it's got beat. Surprised he didn't TFC to get rid of his cross.
Yeah, he would have had a... Oh, he's...
Still gonna hurt, but...
Yeah, that was a 700 damage, I think, hitting the Tomahawk cross on grass.
Either way, he's got positioning now. He's actually... Even outside of BRS, he's got several stun ships lined up, so this is not the best position to be in. You could even charge... Well, no, you can't charge those in that. Actually, no, you could. You could charge the Elect if you wanted to, but that... Wait, Electros's charge only adds paralysis, isn't that damage, correct?
Yeah, that's you can charge on null chips to make them paralyzed, and it just has a plus 50 for elect chips.
Oh, okay, so that, yeah, this is still gonna hurt a lot.
Yeah, actually, last week I used Big Bomb with Electros to paralyze.
Yeah, that's... Electros has some scary options. It's just a shame that you can't really carry it over into Beast.
Yeah, I wish there was a way that you could somehow keep the have the option to use that with Beast.
Good move stepping out of range. Yeah, there's not much you can do about that. I mean, once you're in that position, you're just eating all that damage. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if something had broken or what. Okay, no Guardians this time at least.
Yeah, we'll see if Sleep Claws can adjust, and maybe this time he'll have his going rod to confirm the sensor slide.
Yeah, it's a necessity when you're running that strat. Like, if all the pieces aren't in play, it's not gonna work. Okay. Full cross dust dig. It's funny how much of a difference first barrier can make in a matchup. I mean, it's literally one thing keeping you from immediately just being able to decross them, for example, or... Now he has to kind of burn a chip to either get rid of it or go for a charge shot.
Yeah, that's another situation where having attack 5 would help a lot, because I know it's just the 2P shots to deal with it. but if you only have attack 1, then first barrier can be a lot more of a problem.
Right. Now, the good thing is that you do have pretty good charge shots with Gregor in general. Like, very direct, straightforward. If he just lines one of them up, he can knock it out right there. Yeah, Daredevil Comet's really got to dig through his folder because he, one, wants to pull his win condition, but he also wants to make sure he's not throwing away the right ships at the right time. And
yeah, and I think in the last round he just kind of threw his Judgment away early. It could be a lot better for him if he saves it for when HonorNite uses some of his area grabs.
he gets rid of that. That goes for the barrier 200. And even that's not going to get rid of the barrier just because of... Oh, wait, no, he did take enough of it off.
Oh, he manages to avoid the machine gun.
So really, because Daredevil Comet's not running Aura, at this point, HonorNite can really start bulldogging him because he's got the tools to get area. Once he draws Bug Rise Sword, he can pretty much just stay in his face. And there's not much that really gets in between him and the damage right there.
Yeah, not having Aura is pretty rough, especially against a folder with a luck pulses like this, because you can't even rely on invis.
Right, exactly. And without a Giga, like, the comeback factor is... Really, your comeback factor is Sensor Slide, because outside of that, you don't have anything else to really go for.
Oh,
Ooh,
he gets
Reflector.
the Reflector, though.
That's smart, just waits it out, because SP is a lot harder to time manually. Oh, could this be it? Ooh! Even with one wind pull, that's still a lot of damage.
Yeah, now we're seeing Daredevil Comet with a 1000 HP lead, and HonorNite still does not have Bug Rise Sword.
I'm actually curious what the startup frames are for Reflector 3, because it's insanely fast.
Yeah, as we just saw there, it was even faster than the Elect Pulse, which is already very fast.
Like, that might be something like 1 or 2 frames even, just seeing how quickly he was able to draw in that turn and have it give him that free full synchro, or that free counter, I should say. Oh, good call waiting that out.
Oh, and he TFCs instead of
Oh, wow. Ooh, the lance knocks him out of Elect. He probably doesn't want to pop the Life Aura either, just because he's got, Tengu right there.
Yeah, I'm not sure about going Erase here. With that many grabs against Tengu, maybe Slash would have worked, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I agree. Like, Slash would be a much better option in this case, because you want to get Tengu out of the way, like, point blank. The last thing you want to risk is getting slapped in the face by a wind rack when that's double damage right there. Like that would actually kill him outright.
Yeah, he does have undershirt, but since wind rack doesn't cause blink, he could just finish him with a buster shot.
But I'm also looking at the poison panels too.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure if the wind rack would have pushed him back off of them before he took damage or not. I'm not sure.
I don't know if it's like an instant touch kind of thing, or he just might glaze over it so fast that he doesn't take any damage. Either way, this positioning is not that good. I mean, the sensor is really obstructing his movement to the point that he can't get where he wants to be. And he still hasn't drawn Bug Rise Sword. Like, he would really have to walk up, stand on the poison panels, and slash through the sensor to hit him. Or you could tank the sensor with the... Ooh, this... it's not good. Between the poison and whatever he follows up with, he's pretty much dead. Yeah.
Yeah, and it looks like the poison will kill him with the wind rack. Alright, so 1-1, winner take all in the third round.
I'm gonna say, speaking of slide panels, this could get interesting. And like you said too, because he's not running attack +5, he even doing something like area grabbing and using Slash Man to rack up damage isn't an option either. I mean, he can hit him, but it's not going to hurt that much.
Yeah, that's the big issue with going for Bug Riser Sword like that. If it's at the end of your folder, that's could be pretty bad.
Interesting TFC, but that works in his favor pretty well. He's got the wind rack out, which means that he can already control his movement to an extent. Meanwhile, he made HonorNite waste his Judgment. He's baiting something with a reflector. The flash bomb's not going to work with the aura up. Oh, he locked himself. This is really poetic in a way.
The only way he could get out of this would be to beast out.
I'm looking at the chat and Charlo saying, don't go top row in this layout. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I've learned that the hard way. I think everyone's been caught by this a few times.
This positioning is pretty... Although he can beast out and get out of here, so it's not like he's stuck there permanently. It's just... And he does.
And he has to use a Raceman SP to clear the life aura.
Okay, he gets his space back. And I can get that. He doesn't want to put himself in that position again. Ooh.
Oh, the conveyor panel pushed him out of the row so he couldn't break the flash bomb with his buster.
Oh, man. It's funny, you see Fire Burn and like your first instinct is Fire Burn really that good? But I do like that Fire Burn at least cracks panels. It has that secondary utility to it.
Yeah, I think he's mainly using it to decross Tomahawk, but yeah, those cracks are also still very useful.
Yeah, to answer Lord Rockman's question, yeah, if you cancel into a Crossed or a Beast, then you lose whatever status effect you had. Well, unless it's blindness, and then only Tomahawk can do that. But paralysis you can get out of. Same with freeze. Those reflects are scary because if you really doing it on frame 1 like that, you can catch anybody who's mashing a Navi chip.
Yeah, or mashing like an Elect Pulse or anything.
And that kills the panel too. This is really good positioning for HonorNite because now he can simply sit there, just start slashing him with the sword. He's already got backup area chips.
Yeah, I think if Sleep Claws can put down a going road in the middle, that would be a great farm, because I would push HonorNite away.
I don't think we've actually seen him use his road chips at all.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He might have used it with the combo in the second round.
Oh, he's got Barrier 200.
Oh, he
Nice, blocks a sensor. Yeah, this is where he wants to be. He can just sit there.
Yeah, this is why it's so rough to be at a -2 area, because I can just stand right in your face and block the sensor or anything else you try to do.
The only thing I would potentially change is I think that having something like Slow Gauge would be good because you can get more damage out of this setup. Like, really, the more time you can have them not in the custom screen, the more damage you can get off, especially when you've got a chip that allows you to do that each turn.
Yeah, Daredevil Comet's not out of this yet. He does have 3 sensors, and I think he only used 1 of them, so we'll see if he can get something off with the other 2. But it's going to be pretty tough with a HonorNite at +2 area.
Yeah, this is definitely doable for... Ooh, Poison Seed. Ah, that's not going to help against Erase Man. He goes for the default positioning, which is smart.
I thought the default on Eraseman EX was to go up, but...
Wait, was that EX he used, or was that the regular?
That was EX.
Oh, maybe he just waited for the timing so he could get a better idea of when to launch it.
Yeah, for
EX
sure.
is up and normal is down and SP is forward, right?
Normal and SP are both forward.
Ah, yeah.
But HonorNite manages to get out of the paralysis, so Sleep Plus couldn't follow up on that erase, man.
Okay, playerzero saying that EX is the third panel with targets, normal SP or second panel. Makes sense. He's got the sensor up, so he's planning something.
Oh, that element managed to destroy it.
That's a really good play. Yeah, and with that, that's pretty much game at this point. Yeah. It's a little too little too late at that point, but... And so HonorNite takes it over Daredevil Comet 2-1. And definitely well played to both of them.
Yeah, I think that match showed very well sensor slide both at its best and its worst. In the second round, we saw how much damage it can do when it lands, but in that third round, we saw how hard it is to actually get it set up.
Yeah, it's a extremely strong win condition. It's not the easiest thing to get off. So definitely props to him for running that in tournament and trying to do that.
Yeah, and it was also HonorNite's folder was also pretty unique with the Bug Riser sword, so it was cool to see how that worked out.
Yeah, definitely. You don't see that run too much. So I know next up we have Salad versus Shadow.
Yeah, we saw Shadow already, but Salad is also running a Poem for the humor glitch, and she is M code with a Power Wave 3.
I actually really like the Power Wave Probing Advance, but you don't see it you don't see Wave Arm that much, period, but really seeing that advance. I mean, it's like what, 600 damage if it hits?
Yeah,
virtually undodgeable too.
Yeah, Salad also ran that last week, and on the very first turn of the first round, she got me with the ×2 Power Wave, and suddenly the game just started, and you're already down to just 200 HP. It's like, what the hell even hit you?
Now, if I'm not mistaken, Power Wave doesn't crack panels, correct?
No, it doesn't. But yeah, it just goes down the whole field. The only real way to deal with it is if you have holes, that will block it. But without holes,
yeah, it's funny the alphabetical program advances. I mean, I know they're not the most optimal uses of your folder, but a lot of them hurt. Like, if you can land those, I mean, Power Wave is really good. Flame Hook is a strong one. Even the Fire Burn one, because it does like 600, I think, and also like maybe 500, and it also like breaks every panel it touches. So sort of interesting to see these getting used.
Yeah, and I think a Great Yo-Yo is another one that you sometimes see.
Yeah, Great Yo-Yo hurts a lot as well. If you position that right, it's, I'm gonna say, what, 450, 500 maybe?
Yeah, and unlike Power Wave, it will go over holes, so that's advantage.
Yeah, she's got that. She's got otherwise using M folder. You've got Mira Masa for the comeback factor. She's running Charge Max, not running Attack Max either in Gregor, so that's interesting.
Yeah, but with Humor, you'll mostly be staying in a basement anyway. I also think is interesting is that she doesn't have any of those B plus left, no shield or anti-magic.
Yeah, this looks like a really offense-based folder in that you're using the humor glitch to really get that, really churn that damage out. And of course, she's running her patented B banish, so.
Yeah, so it's another humor versus humor matchup. So we'll see how funny this game is. Well, I
so
guess
Salad.
technically they're both running a poem, not humor.
Ah. Oh, we'll see how poetic it is. Have to start snapping if it gets too good. So yeah, this is from Salad's point of view.
Yeah, and it looks like, unfortunately, no turn 1 power wave this time.
Ooh, he's got blindness. Ooh, wow, that could have hurt a lot. Put him in SP. SP is a very, very strong option.
Yeah, I think we saw Shadow get that off against playerzero earlier.
And since you're not running, well, one, not running Falter, and two, not running a folder that really is cross heavy, like if you get blinded, you're pretty much stuck with that for a little while. Ooh, I think the beehive got hit, so that might be another wave coming. Okay, life ore. Oh, wow. She actually waited for the humor to pop up so that she can get that double boomer.
Yeah, and it looks like she also has Power Wave in her hand now as well.
Funny, Fast Gauge is almost counterplayed to Humor Glitch because that's less time you really have to wait on a double damage boost.
Yeah, I kind of wish there was a normal gauge chip because I think that works the best for humor. And on slow gauge, that was how many hits on that was the Bubble Star 2?
Ooh, that was 2 hits on it, yeah.
And but Salad gets the Muramasa, so they're both just destroying each other with their humor.
But yeah, I definitely agree. Normal gauge is one of the things I did like about Star Force is having that option.
Yeah, because in slow gauge, humor will usually lose to like Gregor crosses or BDT or something, and in fast gauge, you have no time to actually try and get the ×2 procs.
Okay, decides to save it, and that makes sense. Yeah, save it for when it matters against that race man. And really, Shadow's getting closer and closer to kill range of Power Wave. Like she wants to burn it now, but she could even waited for him to drop another 100 or 200 before. Oh, that's death. It's so fast too. Like.
Yeah, it's so fast, like, even if you have a invis or anti-damage, it's very hard to react to it in time.
Yeah, see Trilo in the comments, he says try to shield, but you couldn't. Like, you can't do much on reaction to that. He also had Vast Emily in his hand.
Oh,
that's
so
one of the... Oh, go ahead.
He could have just used base Anley and won, but I think he was camping in case Salad had a time freeze chip of her own.
That's really the power of non-time freeze chips in this game, because you can't react to them the way you could a time freeze. And with something fast like Power Wave, I mean, if it's in your hand, you throw it out, it's guaranteed damage almost.
Yeah, and this time instead of blind, Salad gets to be invincible, so...
Didn't expect to get deleted from 700. Yeah, that's how powerful it is. Okay, he gets the Judgment off. Ooh, Groundman SP. That's gonna hurt.
No ×2 on that, but that's still a solid 390, so he'll take that.
Yeah, it also controls the area as well, and like you said earlier, if there's holes in the field, that means no power wave. Okay, Opsa keeps the chips in her hand. Smart move with the elect, because that will constrict his movement a bit.
Yeah, I mean, the only other thing you could have done is potentially save the Element Man in case you get a ×2 to break the aura.
And knowing that he has fast gauge too, it's probably better to just, on her side, just start burning things to keep moving her floater along.
Yeah, she does have a wind box to remove the life aura, but she can't place it with the hole right there.
Yeah, I'm looking at the comments too. It's saying that that is prime static range. Ooh, smart move with the life aura. Yeah, he really needs to clear, or she really needs to clear that aura off, because at this point, okay, smart with the grab banish. She's in a bubble in the aura, so can't benefit from that 2x damage effect.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Ah, it's the critical miss. Yeah, can't use those bees yet until that aura flies off, but I think she wants to keep them. But Shadow also has defense up.
Yeah, I think she wants to use the bees after the aura's removed to clear the anti-damage.
Oh, he ate it before it went off.
Yeah, you can dodge the wind like that.
Really high level move.
Yeah, the wind gusts always follow the same pattern where they go down the middle row, then the top, and then the bottom. And since the Shadow is in the bottom row, he could just move up to the middle and be safe for a second, for long enough to use the Dust Cross. So it was a very smart play from Shadow.
Yeah, Shadow's in a really good spot. Got most of his health up. Ah, blocks the ground, man. Ooh, that's gonna hurt badly. The 2x2 was enough to knock the aura off, though.
Yeah, but since Shadow was in the same row as ground mana, that couldn't clear the anti-damage.
Yeah, without a ×2 power wave is going to be needed just to really... Ooh, and that's invisible, so we can't do that at the moment. She's going to have to wait the invisible out. Ah, smart move with the banish. That's going to remove the anti-damage too. She's in full synchro right now. It just can't really take advantage of it.
Yeah, she's in the bottom row, I think, so she can't just mash the power wave or it would miss.
Well, he also just got hit too. He just anti-damaged and he got hit by the grab banish, so while he was in Viz, so he won't be vulnerable to that immediately anyway.
I think by the time he landed, the power wave might have been under him, but... Oh, the ×2 anti-damage. I would actually do 400 at Tengu Cross.
Ooh.
Which it...
Wow. That decrossed.
Yeah, doing 400 damage with a anti-damage isn't something you see too often, but Shadow's now almost into range for the ×2 power wave.
Ooh,
with the, I think that
Static.
static had him an attack plus 30 on it.
Yeah, you can never sleep on static. She's blinded again this time. Pops fast gauge early. Also interesting layout with the cracked panels. Ooh, uninstalled already. She does get rid of the anti-damage at least.
Oh, the ×2 Wood Dragon. I think she got a second swarm off. I think Shadow shot the hive.
I think did she fire off 2 sets of bees?
I'm not sure. That might have been it.
Okay, yeah, that was 2 uses of the bee chip. Okay, the first one blocked the buster shot. So a little bit of both.
They both just TFC Aura.
Okay, you gotta waste the judgment here. That Bass Anomaly would be very good right now if she gets the double damage bonus out of it.
Yeah, especially with the attack plus 30.
Yeah, that's... Okay, she's gonna go for it.
It will be a bit harder though because Shadow still has the anti-damage, so she'll have to land a charge shot to remove it.
Plus fast gauge too.
Yeah, and if Shadow's... Oh, the static
Ooh.
wheel.
It's not...
She looks like Salad is giving up the base.
Yeah, it's not... I mean, in this position, it's more about survival than trying to hit that at this point. And she also still has other things in her folder. She's still got Mirror Mouse to fall back on. Still has Power Wave that she can draw, so sacrificing base might be the best option at this point.
Yeah, especially with Shadow and Tengu Cross. If she lands the Muramasa, that would be a clean 1,000 damage.
Ooh, another static, or adding wind to it. Yeah, clinging on to life, but one buster shot. Was that a buster jam?
Yeah, Shadow does have a bugged buster. Actually, yeah, he has a bugged charge max. So that will make it a little bit harder to finish off this last 1 HP with the buster.
Yeah, even still, this is going to be... I think, did she burn her roll already, or is it still there?
I don't think so. So if Salad does manage to survive and use the roll, that would be... Oh, that's
steps into it. Alright, so Shadow takes it over Salad. Definitely good games to both of them.
Yeah, that was very well played. The static air spin combo was what ended up giving Shadow a huge lead in that round.
Alright, so next up we've got Soul versus Shadow.
Yeah, and it looks like Soul is also running M code, but without the bugged poem.
Yeah, Soul, I know Soul usually plays Gregor, but he's running Falter this time, which is interesting.
Yeah, it's always good to see people branch out and experiment with both versions.
He's got Custom 2, he's got Beat and Rush. He's actually running 3 attack 1s, which is interesting. Because you don't always see attack investment into Falter builds.
Yeah, I think this is the old cust that Salad used for a long time, so it's a pretty good cust. It has a rush, beat, undershirt. Like, really, what more could you ask for? It has a little bit of everything.
With M code, you've got that Miramasa comeback factor. Let's see.
He also has a Super Vulcan with a white capsule and a attack plus 30 and double points, so that's always a lot of damage.
Yeah, that can, especially when you stack that with Beast out too, that can really, really hurt. He's also got he's got B Banish. He's got a Windwreck here. You know, the basic Navi chips you want. So he's running 2 Blastmans though. And that may be a Tomahawk check, or it's also good to clear back row objects. Like Blastman's a very flexible chip, so it never really hurts to have that around.
Yeah, it seems like it's obviously a very chip heavy folder. He's going to be going for most of his damage with chip combos.
Yeah, outside of, unlike Gregor, Falzer's basic buster isn't as, or basic cross busters aren't really as good for just stacking on damage over time. It's more utility based.
Yeah, and Soul is also representing with the base anomaly.
And that's gonna be good for him in terms of having burst damage. And he's also a big base fan too, so you know he's gonna put that in there regardless.
Yeah, yeah. It's always funny calling him out on it when he runs like Q Force or something instead of base, but this time he's playing with his favorite Navi.
For sure. Well, let's go ahead and get into it. And so this is from Soul's point of view. Yeah, with that Blast Man at the start, he can get a good 200 off right there just from those grass panels, so already taking advantage of his environment.
Yeah, Blastman is definitely a great utility chip in the Asterisk code.
He's either debating on picking something else or just kind of hanging out in the custom screen for a little bit. And yeah, Soul did draw both Blastman chips on the first turn. Yeah, one is reg, but interesting to have access to both of those at the same time. Of course, he gets Dustman too, so he can dig through his folder and get those win conditions that he has going. Steps off at the last second.
Yeah, that was smart. I think Shadow probably saw that Soul had the Blast Man reg and might go for that, and he gets a uninstall bees.
Ooh, Fast Gauge. That might actually help Soul out for now because he's still digging, but this will be interesting. He's already got a Super Vulcan out.
Yeah, he already gets the Super Vulcan and attack plus 30, so all he needs is to get the white pill.
That and if he wants to go for a double point, he can get that as well. Wait, did he have that or no?
Yeah, I think he might be saving the double point for later to use to get a B banish.
It's still good damage regardless, so this would definitely be a good move for him.
Yeah,
start feeding. Feeding things into the dust chute. Yeah, I go from there.
Yeah, having both the bees and Super Vulcan, it gives him options as to what he wants to use his boosts on.
Notice that he recycled his attack plus 30, so he probably wants to save that for now and just not going for the big win condition yet. Oh, that's a good point too. 2 Blast Mans means that you're not going to get walled by a Tomahawk Cross that's not going to take the paralysis. Ooh, he's got Shield up, and that's... TFC's Invis, but he's still gonna hit him. If he steps back, the area's gone too.
Oh,
speaking of Tomahawk and decrossing, that's gonna hurt a lot.
Yeah, and the thing that really hurts about that is now he can't do the ×2 bees.
Yeah, he completely lost access to that. So right now, he's going to have to keep going through his folder if he really wants to get those other conditions off, because he can't dust dig for certain things anymore. Let's see, that's all of his area gone too. Ooh, this is going to kill.
Yeah, that's it.
Got undershirt, but that's... I saw him trying to go for the emergency Judge Man.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard for him to bring this back now.
Ooh. Yeah.
Oh, and we get the all crack field here. This is always a pretty silly field.
Yeah, I think Soul, he has the option to either play around it with Tengu, but he's just going to go for his regular strat. No reason to really do that this early. Just let it run out. Really use that to his advantage, too.
Oh, and Shadow's also going for the Dust Cross here, but he gets decrossed immediately. And he TFCs away the Life Aura. I think that must have been a mistake.
Yeah, he might have just hit the button too early, or kind of got caught up in the scramble. Oh, but the hole's there, so it's not gonna hit. Otherwise, that'd be a really good golem hit placement. This is actually really bad for Shadow in that if he draws, or if Soul draws the Super Vulcan here, there's not a lot he can do about it.
Yeah, unless he decides to go into Tengu or something.
He does have B Banish right now.
Yeah, the double point won't work with the whole stuff.
Ah, that's right. Yeah, he can just kind of ride this turn out. I mean, he's got it's fast gauge, so you've only got to wait. Really, that Invis is enough to carry you for the entire thing, unless he pulls like a Judgment or Erasement or something. And you've got movement, so it's not gonna be a threat either.
Yeah, but of course with the holes on the field, you can really use those.
Ah, that's right. And even if he could, it's again with the holes, he can't aim it the way he would want to. So
yeah, if Soul just camps in the middle, he'd be pretty safe this turn with the Invis.
okay, but he does Tengu. Okay, Dragon. I think he's got 2 banishes as well, so if he wanted to burn one just to get a little space, that wouldn't be the worst thing to do right now. And there you have it, he's got the second one there.
Yeah, and it looks like he's thinking about going for it.
Yeah, there's no double point with this one, but I think he just wants the space and getting some damage off. Okay, it's a little bit.
Only has
Ooh.
the Super Vulcan.
Got a few things. Yeah, he can dig and probably doesn't want to use that right now, so he's just gonna dump those. Or maybe he does. I guess since he's in Beast too, he gets a damage boost already.
Oh,
That's such a good option that you don't see it. You don't see Dust Beast option too much, but it gives you full invincibility and you get to break the entire 3x3 area on their side, depending on how you position it. It's really, really solid.
Yeah, unlike the other Beast charges, it's not as much about dealing damage, but it has amazing utility with the extended invincibility. And a base and anomaly here would finish it off. That's it. Oh,
Yeah. Oh, 2 defense. Okay.
All
I
right.
didn't expect the second one.
Yeah, Shadow is still in it for now.
He's got a lot of ways he can break that Tomahawk cross too. Yeah, he just has to eat this one. It's not going to paralyze him, but his defense is gone.
Oh, and he takes...
Ooh, 2 hits. Oh, and he could be running this back.
Yeah, Shadows did a lot of damage there, and this is suddenly a much closer game. But
He also got that uninstall off, so he's also bleeding because of that HP bug, though. He doesn't have
this
much
machine
HP to...
gun could finish it.
Oops. Sorry about that. Goes to the invis. Oh, that was enough. Got the counter hit. He wants to sneak some damage in from that life aura.
What he could have done there is he could have used the Element Man to set up grass and then removed the life aura with Blast Man.
Yeah, that would have been a good play because since he's got 2 Blast Men, so that allows him to set up some more. He's got to find a way to blow that aura off. Yeah, I think what he wants to do is Tengu and just deal with that for now.
And it looks like now he's gonna go for the bees.
Wait, can he banish though with plus area? Even
no,
after a double point, he can't. I mean, he can still beat him, but
yeah, I mean with plus area, you don't. It's probably going to land anyways.
true. But I'm sure he wants to charge that up too with Hawk.
Oh yeah, it looks like he had decided to stay as Tengu. That's interesting. Oh, Shadow had an anti-damage up anyways.
Positioning's still good for both players. I mean, Soul started out with 1400 and he's still got access to really all of his kill strats.
Yeah, looks like he did use the attack plus 30 on that bees last turn though, so that's gone. He only has the double point now.
Yeah, he does. Ooh, that's gonna uninstall. Oh no, it's gonna stop his bees.
I
Ooh.
can't remember, did we see Soul's Rush go off earlier in this round?
It did. It went off, but he had Shadow had his aura up.
Oh, so we didn't get... okay. Yeah, it looks like Soul's gonna hold on to his bees though, but Shadow knows he has it now.
Ooh.
Oh, that was...
That's gonna go right through the bees too, or right through the hive.
If he didn't TFC Oh, he still gets one hit before Shadow becomes invisible. I think he should have held on to that grab banish.
Yeah.
He's
And
got
now
a
he just wants to get that damage off with Super Vulcan. Yeah, some solid damage. If only he didn't use his plus 30 too early.
Yeah, if he had a ooh, this base will be almost enough. This is still anyone's game.
Yeah, really, if he win racks into that base, it'd be over.
It looks like he's gonna play it a little bit safer, going for the life aura instead.
Ah, smart. Goes for the free damage. Yeah, this pretty much guarantees a kill off of that base anomaly now, because even Undershirt won't stop this.
Yeah, and he's also much safer with the life aura up.
Ooh, steps out of static. Smart move going for a ground cross. This is the free super armor will help against anything else that might come up. Pretty sure Shadow has used all of his cursor ships at this point too.
Yeah, but they both going into ground. Oh, that's
Oh,
big. Shadow's now gonna be safe from the.
Oh, a race man. This is gonna be double damage and stun.
And then he's gonna get hit by the anti-damage.
Oh, this is wow. This is super close. He does still have that Miramasa though.
It might actually be It might be best to beat if he
beast over Miramotor. Yeah.
And then just hope he can finish him off with the machine guns. We'll see what if Shadow manages to evade the beast over.
Yeah, Shadow's out of defense. This is he's dead. Oh. Wow. Good games to both Shadow and Soul.
Yeah, that was extremely close, coming down to the beast over.
Alright, so next up we've got Salad versus Neryth. You've seen Salad's folder, but Neryth is running J code, so that's very, very strong code. He's got Russian beat. He's running a similar cuss to what we saw Soul running just now.
Yeah, I think it's the same one. It's one of the It's always been a very solid cust. I think this is the folder Neryth usually runs.
So he's got with the pulses, he's got Destroy Pulse in here, and actually the pulses by themselves are still very strong, but Destroy Pulse is also a very, very good program advance in terms of both utility and damage and what it can do.
Yeah, and he also has a Poison Pharaoh.
Yeah, you don't see that run too much, but it's not as good in this game as it used to be in other games, but it can definitely still do some damage. Especially if you have no way to get rid of a back row object, for example.
Yeah, Pharaoh was really overpowered in the previous games, so it finally got nerfed in this one. But if you manage to get it set up in the back or something, it's still extremely powerful.
Yeah, and honestly, Salad isn't running a Blast Man. However, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're directly above or below an object, I think Power Wave will still hit it.
Yeah, I think so. So if that actually might be a way she could clear the Poison Pharaoh if Neryth gets it set up.
Yeah, she's got that, and she's got one M Boomer, so she does have a way to get rid of it if that were to be an issue. Unless he places it in the middle, and then she's just kind of stuck there. But notice he's also running meteors too, so he's got things he can do to you if he's got you. I think he wants to get you row locked, and then at that point, he can start going in on you if it's different options.
If you have a full column lock, meteors is 400 damage, so that is a lot.
And he's also got the attack plus 30 as well, so he can easily up that if he wants to.
Yeah, I think that would be about a 700 if he got the meteors plus 30 with a column lock, so...
Alright, with
yeah,
that...
you don't see meteors too often in 6, but it does have some potential.
Yeah, sometimes you see it paired with people going for the Sun Moon PA too, but either way, it's not a bad chip at all.
No, there's a reason it used to be a mega chip in the previous games. It is
Yeah.
pretty powerful.
Of course, back in those games, you could also panel lock someone, and they just had to eat every single meteor.
Yeah, it was in 2 and 3, if you had a full panel lock, it was a 30 hits, and those games also had like fire plus 40. It was just
Those games were broken in general. So. Yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this one. Alright, so this is from Salad's point of view again. She's already got 2/3 of the power wave up already.
Yeah, and then she has the other wave arms tagged, so that means it will show up on the next turn.
Yeah, so depending on Neryth's defense, I mean, this could be a very quick kill if she can get it off. Oh, she's invincible this turn. So. Wow, he stepped through it.
Oh, but she had another one. But Neryth already has his +2 area, so he could go for the full meteors hits.
Yeah, full meteors, Pharaoh if he has it. She's going for it already. She needs the double damage, but she's still invincible, so... Yeah, just throws it out. Just take the free damage while you can. I mean, it's still 600, so...
Yeah, with a fast gauge, being invincible for the first 2 turns with the level 2 color bug is pretty good.
Yeah, very good place to have a banish. She needs to reclaim that area. Just gonna let the bees rip. Yeah, Neryth actually, so going off of his setup, he needs to not only get some damage off on his side, but also he needs to get the area back as well. with Salad's order being the way it is, she's got multiple banishes, so she's got insurance in case he gets close. Salad even moved. I mean, outside of the first turn stepping back, this has pretty much been her default position. Neryth also has multiple poison seeds too, so he's going for that passive damage. Ooh. Got locked in position there. It's a very quick first game. Or first round, I should say.
Yeah, that was a... We'll see if Neryth can make any adjustments this round. And looks like Salad's... I think Neryth has beat, so it could be hard for Salad to get this ground man off unless she uses it as a TFC.
Yeah, she might just be sacrificing it in this case. I think she's going for double damage on the ground, man.
I'm not sure why Salad didn't, oh, I guess she did end up just throwing it to beat. Oh, but there's the power wave, but it won't be as strong on the holy panels.
Yeah, I mean, if she does the 2 times damage, it'll be a regular 600. Because she probably wants to clear those panels away first. Interesting, she wants to use the Miramasa already. Ooh, this is not best position. He's also invisible. Well, she's blinded, so really no idea where he's even standing at this point.
Yeah, in the first game we saw how strong being invincible with the fast gauge is, but here we're seeing how debilitating the blind can be, but it finally wears off.
Ooh, that's a really good life aura too, because yeah, he couldn't get to the front row in time, but he's... Even with the holy panels, that was enough to break the aura.
Yeah, that Element Man and or Boomer just aren't showing up to clear the holy panels.
She can at least mash out the power wave and get 2 times damage here. But he can kind of tank that to an extent because of his panel situation. Ooh, and this is a... Yeah, this is gonna hurt. Yeah, she is bleeding right now. Between the low health and the poison seed just kind of sapping away what she has there. Again, she also has no way to change those holy panels out right now.
Yeah, at this point you might almost consider going for a Lek Beast or something to clear them with the Beast charge.
Yeah, that's really all she can do with this, because there's not... I mean, it looks like she's going for Charge Man, and either she wants custom or just a way to kind of evade all this. Oh, I saw the Elect Pulse go off. Ah, there we go. She gets rid of the Sanctuary at least. Oh, recover 300. And he just eats it. And that paralyzes her, so now she's gonna have to change crosses or beast out in order to get out of this.
Yeah, and she does have a base, but no attack plus 30 or double point to use with it yet.
And he also has, of course, he's got 2 more poison seeds. He can still kind of area grab his way over there, so this is definitely an uphill battle on her side. Ooh, Destroy Pulse.
And that actually ate the risky honey. The risky honey could have actually blocked the Destroy Pulse if it came out in time, but instead it got eaten. That's very unfortunate.
Yeah, it doesn't have the startup that Reflector does, so if you can actually beat the startup frames of it. And when you get hit by Destroy Pulse too, you're blinded for a while. Like there's no way out of it too because she doesn't have access to Tomahawk in this version.
Yeah, she already had to deal with a blind at the beginning of the round, and now Salad will have to deal with it for even longer.
You also get the custom string HP bug too, so there's a lot of passive damage in this folder that will cause you to take so much over time because you got all these different things. Oh, slow gauge too. So she's gonna bleed a lot this turn. When the meteors.
That's
Invisible
not gonna do it. Salad was still blinking.
Yeah, Poison Seed. This is Poison Seed, HP Bug. You can just camp this out, to be honest. Ooh, Wind Rack for the win.
And there's the Power Wave.
Yeah, turn 1 Power Wave. This might be the best move. That'll honestly be 1200 off the bat, and that'll nearly kill Neryth this turn if she gets that. Yeah, she wants to chop off any momentum he can get before he really starts setting up the way he did last game. Alright, Judge Man. Okay. He's really going for those paralyzed locks, just using up as much time as he can before she gets off a power wave.
Yeah, and it looks like Salad got blind again this round. That's unfortunate to get it twice in a row like that.
And that's the double-edged sword of playing with bugs. Sometimes you get good power-ups, sometimes you get very debilitating, like things like that, where it really affects how you can play. So she got the double damage off, but he's on Holy Panel, so it was only 600.
Yeah, and that beat is still going to be an issue for using the Ground Man SP.
Yeah, so now she has to really choose what she wants to sacrifice to it. She might be waiting for the Element Man just to waste that, or... Ooh, Life Bar too. So this is not a good position. Okay, Beat's gonna eat the Ground Man. She's probably gonna pop the Invis now. Oh no, Rush. she's gonna have to cross. Okay, the wind rack will blow this off at least, unless he can eat it in time.
Yeah, if he could step past one of the gusts and then use the dust suck.
Ah, that's right. Good point. With Humor Glitch, if you get put into tired state, then you can't beast out that turn when you custom. Slow gauge. Ah, smart. So he couldn't do... Yeah, it was too late.
Yeah, Solid will definitely want to get an Element Man, both to remove the holy panels and remove the poison on her side, but fortunately it's still not showing up.
Yeah, this is a really interesting position for Neryth because he can pretty much just camp here at this point. He's got holy panels, she's on poison, and you kind of just sit there while she loses HP over time.
Yeah, the poison panels will stack with the HP bug, so Solid will lose HP a lot. Oh, and a poison.
Oh, he's
Pharaoh.
gonna put it right there. He's just gonna stand in front of it, I bet. Just... Oh, now this means she can slash the Pharaoh.
Yeah, in previous games, the unholy panels, the Pharaoh would have survived the Muramasa.
Yeah, it only has 100 HP in this game, so you can't really defend it but so much.
Yeah, it used to have like 300 HP or something, so...
It's still not a good position for her just because she's still on those holy panels, she's still under HP bug, and... I mean, still under the poison panels, sorry. And so she's still losing a lot of health every turn.
Yeah, it would help a lot if she managed to draw... Oh, there it is. Speaking of which, finally.
Yeah, still losing HP, but not as much at this point. But yeah, the fire's gonna knock off the aura.
Yeah, I don't think Solid...
Oh no, Destroy Pulse whiff. That honestly would have been a game changer because that would give her the long-term blindness, another HP bug, custom HP bug.
Yeah, suddenly Solid now has a is at a big advantage in this game.
And she's gonna get rid of the dust too.
Neryth does still have a Super Vulcan though, which could kill Solid, so...
He's also got a Recover 300 too, so he can kind of survive for a little bit.
Yeah, if Neryth can land a Super Vulcan or something, that would be the game.
Yeah, but she does have the defense up as well.
Yeah, so Neryth would need to find a way to clear the anti-damage first. Oh, those bees could block a lot of the...
Ooh, that was enough. Oh, well played to both players.
Yeah, it was a very back and forth set. We saw them trade in the first two rounds, and then the third round as well was back and forth. But Solid closes it out with the bees.
Right, so the final match we have is HonorNite versus Shadow. Yeah, this is pretty much going to be Bug Rise Sword versus Falzer. You've seen both builds already. In Shadow, very strong G code, and HonorNite, you've got E code with Bug Rise Sword again, so that'll An interesting clash seeing that. You can go ahead and get this one started. So this is HonorNite's perspective. No, it goes for SoulXCross this time.
Yeah, he could have. I think he wanted to charge the Elixir to get the paralyzing Sonic Boom.
I don't think that would have been enough to, because Elixir gets the 50 damage boost, right? But that wouldn't be enough to blow the aura off.
No, the elemental swords don't get the plus 50 boost, but you can still charge them for the elemental Sonic Boom. Even if Elixir is only 120 anyways, so even with the boost, it wouldn't be enough.
Right, I thought so. I knew Electric was the weakest one, I believe. I want to say Aqua is like 160.
Yeah, I think the way that's usually how it is. Aqua's the strongest, and then I think like Bamboo Sword.
Yeah, Bamboo is I want to say 150 or 140.
And he already gets the Bug Riser Sword.
He's got that. He's got the panel. He can really panel grab right there and just have enough real estate to start slashing. He's got the sword up. He just needs the. He really needs the area to start going at it. Interesting that he's not trying to grab that panel in the middle. Oh, it's just he has Invis up, so he's waiting. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, with fast gauge up, he can only get so many slashes off at once. Ooh, goes for the banish. Still gonna hit. Okay, good block of the Protoman SP. Ah, misses the ice.
That's an unfortunate miss.
That does work out in his favor, though, because now he can slash. He can't. Shadow can't step back.
Yeah, that's true. Now he's locked into BRS range, even without having to use any of his grabs.
He's gonna have to beast out or cross into Tengu to step back from that.
Right, the crossing into Tengu versus BRS is risky, because then you take a extra 200 damage from the next slash.
Right, he'd have to do it and then step back just to. But like you said, it's very risky. Ooh, he can decross him with this.
Yeah, you could have gone for the freeze, but he's just going for the decross and set up the grass.
Ooh, that base is gonna hit. Gets that BRS off. He's also got those HP bugs stacking up too. Good block on the judge, man. Yeah, you can get the double damage off of this, which will be good. This is still anyone's game. And HonorNite is completely out of defensive options too.
Yeah, you might want to actually even consider going for a beast over this turn, but it looks like he's gonna stay as a base Mega Man.
It's got the invis up. Yeah, so he's doubling down his defenses. So a beast over him wouldn't have worked. It looks like. He does have area advantage, but he can't really do much with it at the moment.
Yeah, we'll see if Shadow has anything left to finish him off with.
Oh, smart. Using his BRS to knock out the anti-damage and then go for the Lex Sword kill.
Yeah, maybe Shadow could have gone for beast charges on some of those chips instead to try and finish HonorNite off. HonorNite already has 3 wind racks, so
He's also got a turn 1 Blast Man, so it's double. Oh, he's got invis, so you can dodge that. Ooh, good dodge. Uninstall bubble. Yeah, he wants to clear the poison away. Ooh, Humor Proto Man. It's gonna hurt. Yeah, that was a very strong sequence.
Ooh, but Shadow gets the Wood Dragon off. If that was ×2 Wood Dragon, that would have done even more damage.
So at this point, notice that he's got the Element SP sitting there, and with the grass panels, this is definitely another way to really whittle him down with that. And he's also got a pretty strong area advantage yet. Hasn't drawn BRS, but still got some very good options with him.
Yeah, Element Man SP is one of the is a pretty busted chip. It's got a bunch of ways to land double damage, including on the grass panels here.
It goes for the Heat Beast. Oh, that's... He wasted his...
No.
Oh no, that could have... That was a big, big choke moment there.
Oh, that was very unfortunate TFC for HonorNite.
Now the good thing is he can get area, and he also has very he's got the Heat Beast charges, so he can at least abuse that. Ooh, that would have been deadly too. That does get rid of the grass.
Yeah, but Shadow has a very high level HP bug now. You can see his HP ticking down very fast.
Okay, he finally does draw BRS. Yeah, between the Life Aura, the BRS, and kind of what he has going on, not Shadow, but HonorNite can clinch this. We should be able to anyway.
Yeah, I think having the fast gauge in effect is helping Shadow a lot, though. It mitigates the amount he loses from the HP bug. It means HonorNite can't get BRS off as much.
Ooh, now he pulls his own Life Aura. Ooh. Oh no. It's really... This is really anybody's game. Gets the ice.
This is so close right now.
He can go for the double damage erase man if he doesn't break out of it or cross cancel.
Oh, that's gonna be it.
It's gonna kill. Well played to both HonorNite and Shadow.
Yeah, good game. That was both rounds were extremely close. HonorNite was just able to clutch both of them out.
Alright, well played to everyone. So unfortunately that was our final match of the stream. So just before ending the stream, I'm going to quickly explain how to join the tournament and the information on it. So this tournament is New Moon 2020 and it's round robin tournament. To join, the information is on screen. You have to join the Discord. you can do !New Moon in the Discord to get the info on how to join. So for the next cycle, it's supposed to be for the more competitive builds. So if you were wondering how your build would do against other tournament style builds, so make sure to submit your build. There isn't much time. I believe the deadline is on the stream now. And yes, thanks for Buster, Cannon and Symes for casting this stream. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely a lot of fun commentating.
And yeah, that will be it for us today. Look forward to next week's stream. Alright, goodbye.
Bye.